Hello everyone. This is the last section of three-phase rectifiers. In this, we will consider the harmonic analysis of three-phase full control rectifier. In previous video, we have seen 6-pulse converter. It is working on line voltages. Each thyristor represents the line voltage. So for each line voltage there are two thyristors working, like VRY. For VRY, R is representing positive and Y is representing negative group of thyristor. So for VRY, T1 and T6 are working. Similarly, for different line voltages, different thyristors are acting. All this we have covered in last video. After that, we have analyzed the average voltage and RMS voltage for alpha less than 60 degree and for alpha greater than 60 degree. This all we have done. After that, we have seen the voltage waveforms of the line voltages and how we get the average output voltage for alpha equal to 0, and then we get the timing diagram from alpha equal to 0 to alpha equal to 60 degree and for alpha equal to 90 degree. The thyristors are pushed in right side for alpha when alpha is increasing. At alpha equal to 90 degree, this is the timing diagram. See, the thyristor is shifted 90 degree from its initial position and it is for alpha equal to 0 degree. In this manner, the thyristors are pushed and waveform is appeared like this. So in each section, we will see that which thyristor are turning on, and according to that, if like in this section T1 and T6 are turned on, so T1 T6 means which voltage appear VRY. So VRY is this is VRY, and in this section it is like this. So this waveform is exactly appear at the load side. After that, we will see that for high inductive load, this is the source RMS, this is the thyristor RMS, and this is average value of thyristor RMS. Now we will see the harmonic analysis on AC side of converter. For harmonic analysis, we will see the source current equation, Fourier series derived for the waveform. This is the source current appear at R phase. So for this waveform, we derived the Fourier series. It is summation 4 I naught by n pi sin n pi by 3 sin n omega t plus phi n, where n is only odd harmonics and also the triplet harmonics are neglected. Even and triple harmonics are not present in the waveform. Phi n is minus n alpha and phi 1 is minus of alpha. So this is the nth harmonic of the current waveform. Magnitude of nth harmonic is this. Here we have divided by root 2. So it is 2 root 2 by n pi I naught sin n pi by 3. This is the RMS value. Fundamental RMS is like this for n equal to 1. We can generalize this by putting the sine pi by 3 value. It is root 6 by pi I naught. Fundamental distortion factor is cos of alpha. RMS value of source current is root 2 by 3 into I naught. We have derived it before. Put these values in distortion factor formula, IS1 upon ISR. We get G equal to 3 by pi. In single phase, hopefully you remember that we have distortion factor equal to 2 root 2 by pi, but here G is 3 by pi. So the power factor is 3 by pi cos alpha, and total harmonic distortion is 31%. So we have concluded that when the pulse number increases, distortion factor increase and total harmonic distortion get reduced, because in single phase G was 2 root 2 by pi and here 3 by pi. So distortion factor increases, and THD in single phase was 48% and here is 31%. So total harmonic distortion is reduced as the pulse number increases. At AC side, the active power is root 3 into source voltage RMS into fundamental RMS current into cos of alpha. Source current RMS is line voltage divided by root 2. This is fundamental current RMS, root 6 by pi I naught, and multiplied by cos alpha. We get 3 VML by pi cos alpha into I naught, where 3 VML by pi cos alpha is average value of output voltage. Reactive power is root 3 source voltage RMS multiplied by fundamental current source current RMS multiplied by sin alpha. It is equal to active power multiplied by tan alpha. Circuit turn-off time of thyristor 1 for alpha equal to 0 can be determined by like this. When thyristor turn off at pi, because after 120 degree conduction the voltage will be less than and other voltages are increasing, so thyristor will be turned off. So after turn off, it will provide the reverse bias by other thyristors and other phase supply. So when it turn off at pi, after that the reverse bias voltage is applied, and it will applied up to the time period omega tc. We can find the circuit turn-off time in 3 sections. For alpha equal to 0, circuit turn-off time equal to 4 pi by 3. So after T1, the two thyristors T3 and T5 are turning on. So in that T period, 120 degree conduction of each thyristor. So there is 240 degree conduction. In that period, thyristor T1 will be turned off. So TC is 4 pi by 3 omega seconds, and peak inverse voltage is line voltage maximum. Now for alpha greater than 0 degree and less than 60 degree, we can find circuit turn-off time by this formula: alpha plus omega tc equal to 4 pi by 3. As alpha is increasing, circuit turn-off time will reduce. So it is 4 pi by 3 minus alpha, and tc is 4 pi by 3 minus alpha divided by omega. For alpha greater than 60 degree, alpha plus omega tc equal to pi, and omega tc equal to pi minus alpha T is equal to pi minus alpha divided by omega. See here, for alpha equal to 30 degree, what is going on? This is the one voltage, one line voltage, and after this the other line voltage is appearing. So in thyristor T3, the line voltage is not same as the line voltage during T5. So when alpha is increasing, the line voltage of T3 is extended up to 30 degree, 30 degree beyond. So when it is extended up to more 30 degree, so when alpha equal to 60 degree, uh, or the circuit turn off time will achieve like this. So the action of line voltage of T5 will be cancelled for alpha greater than 60 degree. So only one thyristor action is considered for alpha greater than 60 degrees, so it is subtracted from pi, but for alpha less than 60 degree it is subtracted from 4 pi by 3 minus alpha, and after 60 it is pi minus alpha. So it is clear from the waveform analysis only that how we get the formula. This section is to remember the formula of different converters. So single phase semi converter, we have average output voltage is Vm by pi 1 plus cos alpha. This is semi converter, not half wave rectifier. And for three phase semi converter, it is Vml by 2 pi by 3, it is the time period 2 pi by 3 into 1 plus cos alpha. So here we can see that peak magnitude divided by the time period. Here the time period is pi and here 2 pi by 3, and other things are remaining same, 1 plus cos alpha. For full converter, V output is 2 Vm by pi cos alpha, and here 3 Vml by pi cos alpha. Here also time period Vm by time period is pi by 2 and it is pi by 3.